Great. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to today's open discussion on the topic how to be valued or understood by people. Right? So, it's rather a very tricky and yet very beautiful topic that we are going to talk about today. As usual, just like our any of our open discussions, we are going to keep today's session conversational. So, point by point, we will go through this topic, explore it, and see that how we can make it more and more relevant and valuable for the group or the cohort that is present here today. So we are going to keep it, specific to the group that is present today in this conversation. So, guys, you all are invited to ask your questions, to share your viewpoints, to anything that you want to talk about. Feel free to raise your hand, and one by one we will have conversations. Great. So, how to be valued or understood by people, and why I'm saying that this is a rather tricky topic because we are not what we are not going to talk about in today's session is any kind of magic tools and techniques and some guru that we are going to do, and then suddenly people are going to start valuing us, people are going to start understanding us and all that, right? So, what we are going to talk about today is rather a long term, sustainable, transformational part of, this thing. So, the things that we are going to cover today, it's not that, we are going to see some instant results that, बस कल से ही ऐसा कुछ magic होने वाला है and, the everything is going to change and all that. No. What we are going to talk about is going to bring slow, steady, gradual results in our life. And something. So, see, manipulation of energy is something, influencing energy is something that we all are doing all the time. It's never when we are not influencing energy, right? So, usually we don't have, a very healthy relationship with this word influencing. However, influencing is already happening. Now, it can happen based on our fears and insecurities that we are bringing from our past, whatever, maybe, a bad relationship we had, a traumatic childhood that we had, or any kind of wounds that we have gone through as a child, at school, with people around us, with our parents, grandparents, whomsoever, right? So, we are always influencing things around us because it's not that we exist, like in a separate realm from the reality. We exist inside this reality. And thus, just the way we are connected to all of it is connected to us. So the cause and effect is, constantly happening in our lives. Every moment is a cause, and every reaction that we give to every moment is a reaction, right? And thus going to bring an effect. So ये simple basic scientific terms में अगर हमको इसको समझना है तो that's how it is. ठीक है. बट अब ये इन्फ्लुएंस फियर्स एंड इनसिक्योरिटी से हो सकता है, और ये जो इन्फ्लुएंस है, लाइक टुडे वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ टू बी वैल्यूड एंड हाउ टू बी अंडरस्टूड बाय पीपल, राइट? So, whenever we change the cause of something, right, in awareness, in alignment, by understanding ourselves, by, knowing that what is it that we want, where are we coming from, changing the cause of it, and slowly and steadily we start seeing then that the effect may also change. अब इसका ये मतलब तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं है that there is a guarantee or there is you know it's like just exactly how science works, that 2 plus 2 is going to be 4. When it comes to reality, when it comes to our lives, it's not always 2 plus 2 equals to 4, right? 2 plus 2 equals 2 can also be 5, because there are not we are not aware of everything and all the factors that are going to play in our lives and that are playing in our lives. ठीक है? तो अभी बट ऐसा है that as we are at the position of asking, we are at the position of playing a role in creation, the best possible input that we can give in the machine. Output is not exactly in our control, right? Because at times there will be situations coming in our life where there will be people who actually are not going to understand us, right? And they will be there in our life to provide us redirection, to help us make better choices, to do all of those things. But when we change the input, there will be people, the right kind of people who are capable enough to understand us, who are capable enough to value us. We are going to find and get attracted and attract. So, both ways, going to have more and more scenarios in our lives where, we can play an active role, an intentional role in bringing those people in. Okay. So, a little bit of context I wanted to set, before beginning the conversation, because we are going to definitely talk about how to be valued and how to be understood by people. But this, अगर हम इसको बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ही absolute terms में बातें करने लग जाएंगे, then it appears as if, we are trying to control everything, things which are actually not in our control also. So हम उन चीजों को छोड़ देंगे, ठीक है? And for the sake of today's conversation, we will focus upon things which we can do, which we can become a part of, which we can play an active role in, right? So the co-creation process that is happening, उसमें हमारा जो role है, हमारे जो control में है, we are going to talk about that. ठीक है? So that's that. Now, let's begin uh, with the first pointer, that how to be valued and how to be understood, right? So the first thing is understanding ourselves better, right? Giving an honest look in our lives, that what are the situations, what are the scenarios where we have felt that I am not being valued, where I'm not receiving the understanding that I'm expecting from this person, right? And how did I reach a point? What did I do? What energy did I put? What kind of actions and behaviors did I show in front of, these people that told him, that showed to him that, they can just disregard what I'm saying, or they'll just not listen to me, or take me for granted, or, just use me, or take advantage of me, or, just not value my opinion. First is taking an honest look, is what is it that we have been doing, right? So let's talk a little bit about this point, that in your lives, I'm sure, all of us at times have been in places, maybe not everybody, but most of us have been in places where we have not felt valued and understood by people. So, anybody would like to share a story, any example, or any even present life scenario where you have felt so? Anybody? You can just raise your hand and we can talk. ठीक है. Okay, if nobody has anything, yeah, Rupali, your hand is up.
Hi, Namika.
Hi, Rupali.
Um, so I think, be it professional life or be it personal life, it happens most of the times that even if you do like everything and you give your best, still like there are, I would say, complaints or some expectations from other people, and instead of appreciating you or thanking you or showing that gratitude, they like sometimes criticize, or they just don't feel They just don't make us feel valued or appreciated. So it
Hmm.
happened during office meetings also, and even in like a relationship as well. It happened.
Right, right. And did you contemplate on this point that anytime you gave them an idea that they can't value you, or you know they really don't need to appreciate you, it's all fine, it's all okay, you know.
No, like I openly express in case, let's say, I am disappointed or I did not like it, so I just tell them. I think it might be childish, but I just express what I am feeling, and
Mm.
it does cause an issue eventually. But at that moment, I am just expressing however it comes to me.
Right. And then when you express this thing, um right, be it in professional setup or be it in personal setup, you have, expressed yourself that this is how I feel and this is how it is. So after that, what happens?
Yeah, it's not received correctly, and they just try to defend themselves, or they will not accept their mistake, or they will not apologize or anything, which is what I would really expect to happen. But that doesn't happen. Rather, it just gets dragged on, and there is always they are trying to explain their side, and nothing. I just then don't bother about it. Then that's what I'm doing.
Hmm. Hmm. And this happens again, or
Yeah, it
it
happens.
stops?
No, no, it happens like every single time. It just repeats the same thing.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. Okay. Hmm. So somewhere, could it be a possibility that you are not putting your foot down in places where you actually need to? So people get an idea that, she's just cribbing and she's just expressing, but it's not that we have to change anything. Is that a possibility that the boundary is not coming out assertively and firmly?
I guess so, yeah. I am just trying to put up the boundaries, but maybe it's not taken seriously.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. So that assertiveness and that firmness, that, I mean, this is how it is. This is not a negotiable thing. This is it. That is not coming out clearly to people.
Yeah, correct.
Hmm.
And moreover, like personality wise, I am very soft spoken. So even if I say something, I feel that maybe it's really not valued, or it is not taken seriously.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. Take care. Cool. So we'll continue on that part, Rupali, because I guess that what you have highlighted is going to be the most important part of this entire conversation. Anything else wants to share? Anything? Has anybody else experienced this? Yes, Anu.
Hi, Anamika. Actually, in my official space, not frequently, once in a while, I experienced the same thing. But in
Hmm.
front of me, Andre, they portray like it my ideas, rejected. But the later part, they have taken all those given ideas and plans, everything, and adapted. Sometimes I
Hmm.
question, sometimes I just like leaving the things.
Hmm. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But they
that
don't
is.
acknowledge. They never, even in previously also. It was actually in my previous organization. It happened more frequently. So they have taken all the ideas, plannings, everything, whatever given, but in front of me, they rejected openly. And after that, after using those ideas, planning, everything, the execution, never
Hmm.
acknowledged, never appreciated. So I felt it was unintentional, so I just left it.
Okay. Okay. It was unintentional by them, you're saying?
No, I'm saying it was an intentional. Andre,
Okay.
they did it
Okay.
intentionally, but sometimes when it was in a big group at the time, there were no choice. At the time, they used to acknowledge and appreciate. But
Hmm.
when I given the ideas in the closed room, at the time, openly on face, they were saying like rejected, especially my boss. And but the later part. She adopted and implemented those ideas and sharing the same ideas and plans, everything for others like
Hmm.
hers.
Right. Right. And that is, I guess, quite a common experience for a lot of us at workplace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happens, and that's why, we have to be a little more active on it's not that we have to come out of the space of ego and we have to fight all the time and we have to keep having the space in mind I need to do this or I need to do I always need to be on walking on that eggshells that कि कहीं गलती से somebody else doesn't take my credit and all that because what other people are going to do if they are being insensitive, inconsiderate, if they have already, an intention to take advantage of you, we can't do a lot of those things. But two things which comes handy in all of those situations is first thing, um, our firmness and assertiveness, and second thing is our courage and confidence, right? So it's not that we are not able to set boundaries. At times, it happens that we can, see very clearly that, I need to set a boundary here, right? I need to speak things out, or there's something that I can do, to put my point on table. However, there's something inside ourselves that stops us from being, first of all, firm and assertive because now it comes to whatever fear and insecurity. It could be that um could be that what these people are going to think of me, I'm so selfish. So at times and scenarios the other people are being selfish, but we are only asking for something that we deserve, and yet we feel that asking for it is selfish.
Yeah.
We see that everything else that people are doing around us is actually selfish, but when it comes to even asking, so we feel otherwise, right? Or we may fear that, other people are going to think that I'm a bad person, or, because we have such kind of a relationship that giving is good and receiving or asking is bad, right? So we don't feel very comfortable asking for things or receiving things at times. So we are
Yeah.
like, why should I say it? Let me be the bigger person.
Yeah.
you know so there's this very subtle form of ego involved in it that I need to be the bigger person,
Mm.
right? Even though we may end up feeling resentful, we may end up feeling taken advantage of, we may end up feeling ki yaar aisa kaise, how can they do that, they are such bad people. But somewhere deep inside, we are also getting that ego satisfaction that chodo yaar, let it be, let me be a bigger person,
Yeah.
right?
And also we keep on cribbling on the same thing.
Yeah,
I think I
yeah.
think
If we,
mind wants content and Andre, we like to create this type of content for us.
hmm, yeah, yeah, that is also another thing. So on one point, so see what is happening exactly. We are playing the game from both sides, right? That we want to deserve certain things, we want to get the credit, we want to get value, we want to be understood and all that, but we want that I shouldn't have to do anything for it, because otherwise it would be like as if I have to earn it or I'm asking for it. And I don't want to be that person, right? Who, it doesn't feel very um, good. So it's like कि हमें चाहिए भी, we want it also, but at the same point of time, we are so uncomfortable, you know, putting ourselves forward, right? And then it doesn't happen, and then we feel like, oh shit. And the same thing comes for having that courage and having that confidence in ourselves that, you know, this is my opinion, this is what, I believe in, or this is what I'm putting forward on the table, right? And again, whatever things, so, we are talking about 2 points combined now. First point is understanding ourselves first, that why there are repeating patterns. Maybe there are times when people are just inconsiderate, just selfish. True, all sorts of people exist in the world, but it's not possible that, in a running machinery we are not playing any role, right? So our role, what role are we playing? Identifying that, at least that much we can do for ourselves, right? And the second thing, whatever things that are stopping us from saying no, from setting a boundary, from uh, you know showing this firmness, assertiveness, confidence and courage in front of people, whatever things, whatever splits are there inside us, beliefs are there inside us, whatever contradictory thoughts which exist inside us, right? Identifying where are those stemming from. Is this the fear of abandonment? Is this the fear of rejection? Is this the fear of being left alone? Is this the fear that, of appearing small? Or at times, it's not even about appearing small in front of people, but we have set our own standards so high. We have we have identified so much with, being good, being a good girl, being a good boy, being a kind person, being a generous person, being a compassionate person, empathetic person. That, things where we act, how can we be compassionate to other people without being compassionate to ourselves, right? So we are being compassionate to everybody else around, but deep within, at the deeper layer, we are doing is just, feeding a sense of identity that somehow we have, created, that see, I'm so good, right? So at times, people can have negative identities, associate with negative things and all that, but the point is that identification is identification, right? We are defining ourselves by something without even understanding the consequences which the thing is bringing for us. Or bas hum wo continuously we are doing it without, putting any thought behind it. Yeah, Rupali, your hand is up. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to say that personally, I am quite in the contradictory, uh, like when I was growing up, I was being told the same thing, like you need to grow up and you need to be the bigger person and all of that. But since my childhood, I've seen that I just stick to what I want, and it is being taken as, like I am someone who is very stubborn. Like that's what I used to hear when I was growing up from my family members. Then when I was in a relationship, I got comments like I am being passive aggressive and those kind of things. So I don't know, like, is it even health? Like, I understand it's not healthy at all, but I just don't know. Probably I'm still trying to fight with that inner child thing and not being a grown up. That's what I am thinking. So could you just explain a little bit on this aspect as well, like how to like if something goes in another way and you are not being valued, so at that time how exactly you need to express it?
Hmm. Hmm. No, but that could definitely be a possibility. So, what you're talking about brings us to the third part of a third pointer of this conversation, which is that when we, have understood ourselves, where we are coming from, what we are doing, why we do what we do, then we have, built up on the uh, powerful side of thing. We don't feel powerless anymore. We are able to be confident and assertive and firm. Take care. But there's a difference between um, being assertive, and there's a difference between being assertive and being angry or being passive aggressive, any of these things. Okay. So in any form the anger comes up. It comes in the form of, just a moment, guys. Yeah. So whichever form it comes up in, uh, um, um, if it comes in the form of anger or passive aggressiveness, where we are, uh, you know, holding ourselves back. Okay. उसमें assertive communication तो हो ही नहीं रहा है, right? So when it comes to us communicating assertively, it's not because, we have to, you know, make the other person feel guilty or make the other person feel this way or that way, or, um, because I don't know how to express myself clearly. I'm just still adapting, the same, what should I say? Um, the same patterns, right, to express myself. Because passive aggression is nothing but just another form of manipulation, right? And it's just, when we are not able to ask for our needs, when we are not able to communicate our needs clearly, okay, so we have to somehow adapt an unhealthy way to meet our needs, right? So needs तो हम meet करेंगे ही, right? अभी हम हमको ये गिल्ट फील हो रहा है कि हम सामने वाले से कैसे कोई चीज मांग सकते हैं, हाउ कैन वी आस्क फॉर समथिंग. सो इट्स लाइक कि वी विल अडेप्ट टू ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स सो दैट कि वो खुद ही दे दें. Let them come to us so that I don't have to go and ask. I don't have to, play somebody who is at the same level and have a conversation. So yeah, that is a possibility.
Got it, Anamika. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Rupali. Yes. So the third point is how to be valued and understood is communicating clearly, expressing clearly, right? So expressing ourselves in a way where, it's not just about what we want and, how we want to say it, how we want to put it forward. This is what I want. This is what it is. But also, in considering that, although it's not in our control whether the other person is able to comprehend it or not, but we can at least, take that into consideration, that let me, also see, what is happening around this person. Let me also show an understanding. Let me also show, a little bit, take one step ahead and see where this person is coming from, acknowledge it. And instead of, just putting it forward, because people get defensive, right? And when we don't, build a context, when we don't make them feel seen and heard and valued and understood, or just hum jate hain and we just, want to be understood, it's like then they come on the space where like, no, you are not understanding me. I don't mean this. I'm not that. I'm not this, and so on and so forth. So creating that environment and having that groundedness in ourselves कि हाँ ठीक है, you're right that you're saying this, or maybe, I hear you out, that this is what you're trying to mean, but this is what I am trying to say, and this is where I am coming from. Why this is why I'm saying it. right? So, and this is how it impacts me, and this is how it is um, impacting different areas of my life, right? So, having that kind of a communication where it's not just an abrupt thing, ki, bas we just go and we just blurt it all out, or we are like कि हाँ ठीक है, समझना है तो समझो, तुमको समझना ही चाहिए, right? Creating that environment for ourselves first, and then doing that assertive communication. This is how it is, and this is why it is the way it is. So that's our third pointer for today. So anybody else wants to ask or say anything on this part till now? Yes, Prerna.
Yeah. Hi, Anamika. Hi, everybody. So, very nice points. So, when you said the third point, it just occurred to me is that when we want to communicate that, somebody has not taken us seriously or taken us for granted, so we actually come from the space of, I want the other person to take accountability, or I want the other person to, take the responsibility of this. But the way that, you said that it has to be expressed, so we take the first step by first taking the responsibility, because isme we are now trying to express where we are coming from, rather than blaming the other person ki it's all on you. I felt like this and it's all because of you. So when we actually express from a place of that, okay, this is how it made me feel, तो कहीं ना कहीं हम उसका एक पर्सनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ले रहे हैं, rather than guilt tripping the person. तो वो भी इंसान who is at the receiving end will not that time feel defensive, like they have been painted the villain and now they need to defend why they did this or why they said that. So approaching it this way, I think when we take responsibility, I think तब वो conflict उस level पे escalate फिर नहीं होता है. This is what I wanted to add.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Prerna. Very clearly you put it. Anybody has experienced this in their lives? Like any story or any scenario? Also, Lata, your hand was up like during the conversation, and before I could ask, you put it down. So anything you wanted to say?
Yeah, Namita. Mistake.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Right. Now, so let's move to the fourth point of today's conversation, which is about being authentic and being vulnerable. So I guess the last conversation that we had, in that also we had a conversation about authenticity and vulnerability. So let's talk about that in today's context as well, right? So when we are able to put ourselves without, masking what we are trying to say, what we are trying to do. Just a moment, guys. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. There are some people in the background, so I'm getting disturbed again and again. Hmm. So, when it comes to authenticity and vulnerability, instead of masking and creating stories and over explaining that this is why I'm saying this, that is why I'm saying this, so building context, communicating clearly is one thing. But when we go into the direction of over explaining, or maybe adding mirch masala spices, or yeah, just oversharing too much at a point where it's like we are like internally we are saying that, oh, I'm so sorry that I need to share, I'm making you feel this way, but or maybe we are feeling shame or guilt inside about our own story, or what we are asking, or what we are speaking out, expressing. That because at the receiving end, when the person sees that, oh, this person is, saying too much, or, does not clearly believe in what he's saying, or does not value what he or she is saying already. So if we are not able to value it ourselves, right? If you're not able to put it out authentically, right? Then it's very hard for us to expect it. It's not even fair to expect from the other person that they are going to value it the same way, right? So before we, speak anything, say anything, set a boundary, put a point, it's very important that we first come in terms of, um, you know, incongruence, in alignment with what we are saying. We are able to embody it in its authentic way, in its authentic form, and knowing that, there's always a possibility that the other person, may or may not be able to understand it, may or may not be able to accept it or acknowledge it the same way I expect. However, the beautiful part is that when we are being authentic and when we are being vulnerable, it shows the other person that how courageous we are being. We are not afraid to acknowledge whatever it is that we are talking about, right? And when they see that, right, this person is so courageous enough to acknowledge all of these things, to speak out, and knowing कि इसके क्या advantages, disadvantages हो सकते हैं, इसके क्या consequences हो सकते हैं, then it shows them that we are able to value what we are saying, right? So that's the fourth point. Rupali, your hand is up. You want to talk about anything?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was a little late. I wanted to
Okay.
add after Prerna's point,
Mm.
when she said that, that the blame game happens and all of that. So, to
Wow.
which I wanted to add, if sometimes, you feel that you are not being valued, or you are not taken seriously, or anything of that sort, it hurts us. And at that time, especially about me, I can tell, when I try to express, I don't express it with, like how mature people would do. Rather, I would be in that same blame game or those kind of things. I will try to hurt that person because it is bothering me, it hurt me, and my response would be something similar. So I do it that way. I can understand it now. It feels very bad, but that's how the reaction comes when such a thing happens.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are trying to make the other person feel how they have made us feel,
True.
intentionally, unintentionally, but that doesn't help um, anybody as such.
True,
So
it
we,
even worsens the situation.
yeah, yeah, right. And, it gives the other person also an impression that, it's so easy for them to control you. It's so easy for them to influence you, manipulate you, because उनको they start knowing your buttons, क्योंकि उनको पता है कि if they have to make you feel a certain way, hurt you a certain way, they know what are the things that are going to hurt you. What are your triggers? What are the things you're hiding inside yourself? Maybe not intentionally. Most people do it unconsciously, unintentionally, not even aware of it. ठीक है, बट अब ऐसा होता है ना कि जब हम छोटे बच्चे थे तो हम जिस चीज से चिढ़ते थे, we used to get annoyed by something and our friends would come and they'll be like, they'll do it more, right? So we have again reinforced the same thing on the other person ki, हाँ, मतलब you can come and you can annoy me because I am not in control, right? And I'm afraid, I'm fearful, so you can be in control. Right. So and we have unconsciously given them, the control, and then they keep coming and pressing the buttons, and the game begins there. Mm. Cool. That was a good point, Rupali. Yeah, Prerna, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I would just like to share my experience. So when we had moved into a new house and we had actually, gone and selected a nice furniture set for the house. So we were just waiting for it to arrive, and we were very excited about it that the weekend we're going to have a kirtan and satsang and all that. And then this was supposed to arrive, and the furniture it arrived, but then I saw that when I had kept my phone on it, there were like really small termites. So on my against the black screen of my phone, I could see it, and I was so furious because it was already Thursday, and then Saturday evening we're supposed to have this kirtan party, and then this is what is happening, and I was so furious, and I immediately called the store manager, and I could actually see the anger, and I'd almost thought of what I'm going to tell him. And when he actually picked the call, I cut the call. I cut the call because I knew that at that minute I realized will he do it deliberately? Because he knew that I'm going to be having a celebration, and would anybody do something like this deliberately? So then I sort of took a few seconds and just regained my composure, and then I called him back, and the first thing I told him was that, sir, I'm very disappointed. And the minute I used the word I'm disappointed, he was curious to know, ma'am, what happened? What happened? Is the furniture not okay? What happened? Tell me what happened. So immediately he was in the position of, oh, I want to help. He was not in the position of, I want to fight this out with you. And then I explained to him that I'm feeling very bad about it because your store has such a good reputation, and I feel very hurt about this. And now Sunday we're going to have this. And he immediately said that, okay, I'm just going to send my staff right over, and we'll just get it replaced for you right away. And that was a very powerful realization for me, that the minute I had used the word I'm disappointed, I just said ki when the furniture arrived and I saw this, I felt disappointed. So इसमें कहीं पे भी I didn't tell him कि you didn't do your duty properly, I thought this and that about you, and कहीं पे भी उनको attack नहीं किया. I only expressed to him कि जब मैंने ये देखा तो मुझ पे क्या बीती, how I felt in that moment. So I was being very authentic that this is how I felt, and he didn't challenge it कि no, but you are not supposed to feel this and that. He understood it क्योंकि इसमें उनको कहीं पे भी attack feel नहीं हुआ है. So he was now willing to rather be on my side and help me. And I realized that the word disappointment itself carries a very, very strong energy, that when you tell the other person that, hey, look, I felt very disappointed that you didn't show up today, or that you cancelled out last minute, or whatever it is that, you felt let down with, in a very subtle way, you're telling the other person that, you know what, you're better than this. You're more capable you're more capable than whatever you just did. And the other person now wants a chance to prove that to you. Don't be disappointed with me. You know what, I am indeed more capable of what you initially thought about me. So I think this is one way in which we express to the other person that when you said this, I felt this way, or when you did this, I felt this way, or when this happened, I felt it. So we are anchoring everything back to the space of how I felt, rather than telling this person that you did this intentionally, you knew this would hurt me, so when we use more of the you part of it, so then the other person wants to come in and diffuse the argument by presenting their side of the story, so they are not willing to flow with you on your side of the story. So for me, I think that was a moment where I realized that, okay, so this is how I need to communicate. And it all happened just after the lockdown, and us time pe I knew कि I am dependent on these people. So if I had got angry, तो मुझे पता था कि the next 15-20 days it is all going to be not going to work. So urgency भी था. Maybe that is what made me reconsider the way that I need to communicate. But that was a very big lesson for me. Over to you, Anamika.
Yeah, that was wonderful, Prerna. Just one moment. Again, there's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was talking about the fifth point. So the fifth point is about receiving and giving. Okay. So Abhi, so we have talked about that how, our receiving is blocked and how, uh, you know, there are, leakages, energy leakages, mental leakages, emotional leakages in our entire system. Okay. So, um, if you look around yourself, the people that you value, the people that, you admire, the people that, are, seem very genuine and nice, you will see that they're very okay with giving, and they're not giving with कि मुझे ये चीजें मिलनी ही चाहिए, ये चीजें होनी ही चाहिए, the other person needs to reciprocate, the other person needs to do that, so there is that sense of graceful giving without any expectation. But but that graceful giving cannot happen until we have fixed our own vessel. तो हमारा जो पतीला है, हमारी जो चीजें हैं, if the leakage is there, we are always going to be in that energy of fear कि my vessel will get empty, right? So the only way we can actually give when we feel कि, you know, I'm full, right? I am abundant. I anyway have all of these things, right? So when it comes to the hierarchy of needs, when we are certain, we feel safe, when we know how to create variety in our lives, when we know that I'm anyway of value, I'm anyway of significance, right? And I am growing as a person, we know who we are and we feel grounded and we feel so comfortable in our skin. तो हमारा जब vessel भर जाता है, when our vessel is full, it's not an issue for us to offer it to other people, right? Without even wanting it back from them. Because we are already in that space where we are so full, we are feeling so, so full, right? But wahan jaane ke liye, we can still practice giving. So there are areas of our lives, there are things in our lives where we can, give selflessly, just give selflessly to people. But there are areas of our lives where we are still surrounded by fears and insecurities, maybe let's suppose related to money. Let's suppose there are certain areas where in relationships, we get triggered or we have a certain kind of fear. Or maybe in terms of profession, we have a certain kind of blockage where we feel ki, bas, abhi now everything is going to get spoiled. Abhi now I'm going to lose things. Right? So the areas in our lives where we are capable to give, for an example, to our friends, right? So usually to a lot of people, our friends are something which are our comfort zone, right? So of course we need to set a boundary with them. Of course we, uh, you know, uh, need to speak things out. वो सारी चीजें सही हैं, but there will be times where it's like कि I'm just doing something for you because I'm happy, right? It has even nothing to do with you, no reason, nothing. I'm just doing it because it makes me happy. I'm doing it for my own selfish reason of being happy. And that moment is a beautiful moment where we are able to give that way. And that can only happen when we close the leakages in our system so that our vessel becomes expanded enough, big enough that, gracefully, we know we have come to the space where we know that it's abundance, right? And we are able to receive as well as give. दोनों चीजों में ही we don't feel fearful, right? So that was the fifth point which I wanted to add to today's conversation. And it's whenever we even look at people who are so comfortable in giving and receiving, we have a different kind of we feel a different kind of respect and admiration for those people, right? और इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि अभी we have to start pretending something. We just have to continue to walk on the way where we close down the leakages, where we don't, you know, continue to repeat the same things, do the same things. So healing is the answer, right? To all of these insecurities that we have, right? And when we heal ourselves slowly, the way we develop and grow in our life, we naturally start becoming that way. It's not that we have to do something to become that way. So, yeah, that was the fifth point I wanted to add. Anything you guys want to say? Or anything you want to share, or anything you want to ask? Yeah. अगर कुछ नहीं है तो फिर I also don't have anything else to add. Okay, cool then. I'll see you guys next week. And I'm so sorry. In my background, actually, there's too much happening. So I'm kind of, getting back and forth today, and I'm not able to, do anything about it. So yeah, so sorry for that. However, these are the 5 pointers, and we will continue the conversation in the upcoming session. Yeah. You wanted to say anything, Rupali?
Yeah, Anamika, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm getting lots of questions, but I'm a little hesitant to ask. So I have this question: like, whenever such things happen, how exactly can we avoid getting triggered or feeling rejected, or because of some abandonment issues, just feeling low about ourselves? How can we avoid such things? That's my question.
You cannot avoid. Because the moment you avoid something, you're creating it. You're already acknowledging and strengthening the same pattern. You already have said that this is bad. This trigger is bad. This anger is bad. This sadness is bad. This reaction is bad. This. So already usme to you already have rejected a part of you to avoid something. So avoiding is never ever the answer. The answer is कि you pause and you see कि क्या trigger था? Why did I get triggered? What is there inside me? What is it that I need to see? What is it that I need to work upon? What is the need that I need to meet? Right? What is the feeling that I'm avoiding to feel? Why do I reject this feeling? Right? What is this feeling trying to show me? What is this child inside me who's feeling this? What is this child trying to show me? और क्या चाहिए? Because there's nothing happening inside ourselves that is not for our protection. It may appear that our negative patterns are unhealthy, and we are doing it because we hate ourselves and all that. But एकदम deeper level में जाते हैं तो they're just protective defense mechanisms. It's just that you're trying to protect yourself from pain or hurt or anything that you want to avoid. So and all of these parts of you, basically every time they get triggered and they come up on the surface, they are screaming to you that look at me now, please. Please, for God's sake, will you look at me? Nobody else is looking at me, but can you at least look at me? I live inside you. I'm a part of you. And then you say that, no, how do I avoid this thing? So we don't know. I mean, it's too far-fetched if other people, actually abandon us, reject us, and all that. But the point is कि हम भी वही करने लग जाते हैं अपने साथ. So you don't avoid getting triggered. You already triggered. You pause and you see what is this trying to show me. How do I need to, what is it that I need and what do I need to give myself? और हाँ, रही बात इस चीज की कि what are the practices on place, how to become more, how should I say, वो होता है ना एक, हिंदी में एक बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल सा वर्ड होता है, आई एम नॉट रिमेम्बरिंग इट नाउ, बट that essence of somebody who is grounded, who is still, who is, ये सारी चीजें प्रैक्टिस करनी है. ये सारी चीजें ना बात का स्टेट होता है. When you have addressed all of these things and the shadows remain, that is the point where you start doing all of these practices, where you are, you know, just there and you're just allowing it to pass. But उसके पहले अगर ट्रिगर्स और ये सारी चीजें बहुत स्ट्रांग हैं, अगर ये जो संस्कार हम बोलते हैं ये बहुत स्ट्रांग है, तो उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे जब हम इतने स्ट्रांग संस्कार के साथ बैठे होते हैं ना, उस टाइम पे हम ये नहीं बोल सकते कि वाई आर यू नॉट बीइंग पेशेंट, वाई आर यू नॉट बीइंग दिस और प्रैक्टिसिंग दैट. नहीं हो सकता. स्टेप बाय स्टेप यू हैव टू गो थ्रू इट. तो पहले जो चीजें हैं जो स्ट्रांग है, जो संस्कार स्ट्रांग है, रिजॉल्व देम. एंड आई एम नॉट सेइंग दे विल वैनिश एंड गो अवे. उनके शैडोज रहेंगे, उनके रिमेन्स रहेंगे, दे विल बी देयर. दैट विल बी अ पॉइंट वेयर यू do any of these practices. But agar koi trigger ho raha hai, there are plenty of people. So there was this lady that I was talking to some time back. She is meditating from 10 years every single day, hours and hours of meditation and everything. When it came to the actual real life solution, I said ki what I mean, it's been so long and you are like at this age and abhi tak ye meditating, you haven't seen this thing. And she's saying, no, I meditate to escape from it. And she's herself saying that. So what's the whole point of, meditating to escape? How is it any different from alcohol or drinking, boozing or watching TV? So don't avoid. A later stage where you can have that, or be an observer. You can allow it to pass. Develop your qualities. जब ये बहुत strong है at that point of time, you will need to heal the patterns. But no avoidance, huh? That's not the answer.
Got it, Anamika. Thank you. This is very like this really gave me a different perspective. I was going in the wrong direction and I see it now that this is actually what you have to face, and these type of things are happening just to show you that you need to grow in these areas. So I can see that now.
Yeah, exactly. They're like opportunities for us to, grow. तो हम पेशेंट बनना चाहते हैं, बट हम चाहते हैं कि लाइफ में बिना डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन के हम पेशेंट बन जाएं. It's not possible because everybody is patient when everything is going fine, right? So actually, that character building happens, that growth, that transformation happens when we are like, I'm not going to go away. I'm going to face this, and I'm going to still be patient. And that's when the foundation strengthens. Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much, Rupali, for asking that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cool. Anybody else wants to say anything? Okay. अगर कुछ नहीं है, guys, then we'll continue the conversation in the next session, same time, Saturday, 7 p.m. And new topic, but none of these things are separate from each other. All topics somehow are connected to each other. So I'll see you guys. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Anamika. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.